Hi, this is WUAnime. Welcome to the fourth part of the anime series, Farming Life in Another World. Zabuton shows Hiraku that it has captured a queen bee. Hiraku decides to construct it a little house where the bee may build a nest in hopes that he can gather some honey. He figures he'll have to put some flowers for the bees. Hiraku then digs a massive hole, planning to use it as a reservoir, and informs Leah that he intends to take water from the river. Leah asks how far he's gotten with his waterway, but after hearing he's only getting started, she suggests they first select what type of material they are going to use for it. Hiraku imagines stone, but Leah argues that it will be difficult to get. He then inquires about wood, but Leah explains that because of the length, they would be joining numerous pieces, resulting in excessive leakage. Hiraku then chooses to use dirt, and using the almighty tool he compacts it, making it solid and durable as concrete. He delegated the foundation of the river to the elves, while he focused on sealing the seams and strengthening the foundation. Hiraku also manages to capture several fish. Tia and Ru identify the fish as nasty creatures from the forest of death and question whether they are safe to eat. They have Hiraku try them first and then eat them, but he finds them delightful. As the elves also appreciate it, Hiraku catches additional fish and preserves them with salt. Hiraku is amazed that he was able to grow some rice, but now that he has easy access to water, he chooses to construct a rice field. After he digs up and floods the land, the girls wonder whether he wants to create a lake and raise fish in it. Hiraku explains he wants to create a rice paddy and asks them to assist him in planting rice. Hiraku teaches the girls how to harvest rice as they grow quickly. He uses the almighty tool to create an old thresher and then a sieve to remove the leaves and plant matter after drying them. He then used mortar and pestle in removing the husk and polishing the rice. The girls observe that it is a lot of labor and ask when they will be able to eat, but Hiraku explains that they must first prepare it and shows them how. Finally, Hiraku forms the rice into rice balls and adds some leftover fish from the day before. The girls love the rice balls so much that they eat them all, leaving just one rice grain for Hiraku. The females can clean themselves using magic, but since Hiraku couldn't do that, he chooses to create a bath. The girls claim they can wash in the river, but Hiraku explains the advantages of bathing and how they can bathe without freezing in the winter as well. The girls assist him, and the bath progresses well. Hiraku, on the other hand, recognizes and worries whether it's alright to dump the wastewater back into the river. Tia suggests that they use slimes, which will eat the waste products and clean the water. Tia delivers some slimes, and Hiraku builds a purifying pool for them. Hiraku discovers some mushrooms growing on his wood logs, and because he isn't sure what is poisonous and what isn't, he wonders if he can grow some mushrooms himself, and uses the almighty tool to strike the wood in the hopes of finding shiitake and other mushrooms. Hiraku shows the girls how to use the bath in the evening. He instructs them to wash themselves at the washing area once they have undressed. Leah pulls him aside and suggests that he show them. He agrees and walks them through the process. He practically melts with excitement when he goes into the bath. The females don't waste any time and begin following the instructions to join him. Hiraku says he'll go to let them enjoy it and use it later, but the girls say they can bathe together so they don't have to boil up water again. Surrounded by the females, he finds it difficult to rest and wonders whether he should build a separate spa for men, but the girls argue that it would be a private bath for just him, which isn't fair. Hiraku notices that he has grown some mushrooms the following day and chooses to prepare a mushroom hot pot that night. He then hears the dogs and sees that they have discovered and brought in 5 additional elves. As the females identify themselves, Hiraku sees that they all begin with La, implying that they are connected. Leah reveals that she knows them and that they used to live in the same village, but that they haven't seen each other in over 200 years. Hiraku approves that they reside there as well, and Leah wants to begin construction on a home for them. She also says they may take advantage of the occasion to make some changes to Hiraku residence. Kuro notices an increase in the number of ladies in Hiraku group. Kuro reveals that he lived alone in the wild and had never been defeated by another male. He meant to live his life as he pleased, but one day he met a girl who defeated him. Since then, the two have been traveling together. Kuro was happy to have a family once the female got pregnant, but they stumbled upon a grappler bear. They were vanquished, but the bear decided not to eat them. Due to their injuries, the two were unable to hunt for food. and they ultimately made it to the middle of the forest, where even the grappler bear avoids. They discovered a human male who was living alone. Kuro wondered how such a frail person could exist alone, but then he sensed the unlimited strength of the almighty tool. Kuro assumed that this was the end of them, but Hiraku shared his meals with them and looked after them. Kuro and his wife agreed Hiraku would be their master. He assigned them names and a place to reside. Kuro's family expanded as their children got older. Hiraku also became the head of his own enormous pack. Kuro's sole fear is that Hiraku doesn't appear to recognize Kuro as the terrifying Inferno Wolf. Kuro, on the other hand, is certain that everything will be okay and is grateful to have met Hiraku. That's it for now, see you on my next video.